Alright, Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, we like to begin this lesson by giving all glory, all honor, and all praises unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash.
Barakatum, giving double honors, double unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who surely do rule well, to the men standing by the highways and byways pushing this doctrine. We like to say Shalom.
Shalom.
And even unto the sincere Aquat, the sisters who sit listening to these lessons in silence, subjection and obedience unto their husbands, we like to say Shalom.
Shalom.
I got a couple of your brothers here, brother
You're
Mashallah, and just come out here today to bring out a little edification on the topic. Esau not gonna be able to stop the Lord when he returns.
Can.
Have a precept here how we start with.
When?
The second is just 13 and reading from verses 5.
Can.
And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. But I beheld, and lo, he had graved upon himself a great mountain and flew up upon it. But I would have seen the region or place where the hell was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, and yet durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests.
And that's coming from the chariots. Yeah.
And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and he fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. So what? This we just read out to you, 2 Esdras chapter 13 from verses 5 to 11, describes a war. And when you read the book of Revelation 12, it makes reference of this war being the war in heaven, that is what the war in heaven actually talking about. That war is going to happen when the Lord returns. It didn't happen already.
Yeah, because that heaven is Esau, that Esau rulership, because remember the scripture says as well, the heavens go pass away with a great noise.
Great noise, and that what I just say great noise. If you could give me Isaiah 9 from verses, I believe 6.
Isaiah 9 and 6. It says, O thou enemy, destruction, come.
Line Isaiah 9 and 6.
Yeah, that is Isaiah 9 and 6.
Serious?
Yeah.
Read it, go ahead.
O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual
Isaiah,
end.
not Psalms.
Oh, Salak.
That's why I know that you read Isaiah 9 and 6.
Salak.
Now, that's one thing.
Isaiah 9 and 6.
Right.
It says, for unto us a child is born.
Right, not 6. Sorry, give me 5.
5, it says, for every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood.
Right, now you say it's a confused noise there, and where you say the heaven shall pass away with a great noise. Right.
And then it says, but this shall be with burning and with fuel of fire.
With burning and with fuel of fire, and just wait say in the 2 Esdras, it was. But 2 Esdras 13:10, but I only saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. So we know this war that is going to be fought between the Lord and his army, and Satan and his army, Satan being Esau in this instance, who 2 Thessalonians 2 talk about what the man who's coming is after the working of Satan. So if Satan had to be a man on the earth and operate on the earth, he would be Esau.
And plus, and there's another reason that Esau and them not going to win that war, because Esau just have the armies, Esau have the weapons, but them weapons going to be used against him. Remember it says in Ecclesiastes as well, he that work in mischief, it shall fall upon him. So them making all them missiles and them still that going for back right on their head. We say the Lord will rain upon him while he's filling his belly.
What the pit that he dug is his own foot taken, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
right. And the Lord have these chariots, he have the his armies, his angels, he had the chariots, and he's come with the nuclear destruction to have 1 year. Psalms 91:3 says, surely shall deliver you, surely shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence.
From the noisome pestilence, right?
And that's the missiles, because the Lord is going to deliver his elect from that. Only the elect is not going to take part in that destruction, that lake of fire. Because remember, it says in Isaiah as well, Isaiah 26:20, come my people, enter down to thy chamber, until the indignation of the Lord be overpassed.
Now what? Back to the point where it speaks about not being able to stop the Lord, right? Well, I believe in the same 2nd Esdras 13, when it say what? Let's see.
It have plenty in 2nd Esdras 13, I jump around.
Yeah. Well, I want to reach when he break down the dream thing. Let me see when we get this here. Right, they are 2nd Esdras 13, and I'm going to read from verses 24. Notice therefore that they which be left behind are more blessed than they that be dead. Salak. Let me read down. Right. 25 Salak. This is the meaning of the vision. Whereas thou sawest a man coming up from the midst of the sea. The same is he whom God, Yahweh the highest, had kept a great season, which by his own self shall deliver his creature, and he shall order them that are left behind. And whereas thou sawest that out of his mouth there came as a blast of wind, and fire and storm, and that he had held neither sword nor any instrument of war, but that the rushing in of him destroyed the whole multitude that came to subdue him, this is the interpretation. Behold, the days come when the Most High will begin to deliver them that are upon the earth, and what? Deliver them by whom and through whom? Yahweh, his name he, Yahweh, Savior, Deliverer. He shall save his people from their sins. Even when you read 1 Corinthians 15, they talk about then coming the end when he shall deliver up the kingdom to power, right?
As elect.
And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and they shall be astonished, because in Esau's head currently he believes he has everything needed, all the tools, all the weaponry, the whole arsenal. He can come with the Alfred chip in these last days. He gonna come and bring out the whole arsenal, which is Revelation 12:12 says it. Woe to them that dwell in the earth, woe to the inhabitants of the sea, for what the devil has come unto you with great wrath, because he know that he had but a short time. So what? Esau know he have a short time, but what he seeks to prolong his days. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
That was the thing, because when they go into them bunkers, we might read in Revelation 6, Isaiah 2, it says they're going to go into the bunkers when they see their Lord, for fear of the Lord. That's why they're going to go there, right? Remember it says that, and them going to think that when them go there and everything happen, after everything resolves, they think they're going to come back out and they're going to rule again. But that's not going to happen, because the Lord going to send hunters for them.
Continuing. And he shall come to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, because it's going to be a war between two realms. It's going to be the realm of Esau, 2nd Esdras 6, from verses 9. Esau is the end of the world, world going into a time, eon, age. So Esau is the end at this period, that time that we currently dwell in. And what? Jacob, the beginning of it that followed. So what? The next realm is going to be the Lord realm versus Esau's realm. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs happen which I shewed thee before, and then shall my son be declared. Wait, I think like Philippians 2. Every knee shall bow, every tongue shall
10 going on.
Right, every tongue shall confess that Yahweh Messiah is Lord, to the glory of the Father, whom thou sawest as a man descending. And when all the people hear his voice, every man shall in their own land leave the battle they have one against another. And what battle is this speaking about? World War III.
That's right.
So what? They leave in World War III, which is in the valley of Yehoshaphat, and they're going to see the Son of Man crack the sky from the east. And what? Revelation 19:12. If not 19:12, it's 19:11. If you could bring
19:12.
Go ahead, if you could do that.
I don't hear already. Revelation 19:12, it says, well, Salah 11, it says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse.
So you crack the sky?
And he that sat on him was called faithful and true, and in righteousness he do judge and make war.
In righteousness doth he judge and make war. And what? Zephaniah 3 and 8. And Zephaniah 3 and 9 as well. For then will the Lord assemble the nations, gather together the kingdoms, what that he may pour upon them his wrath and his fierce indignation, what he righteous anger. So what? The Lord gathering everybody in these last days for World War III, just to set them up for a fall. Because what? Who gonna be fighting? Who gonna be the main players in this World War III? Well, first of all, it's gonna be Russia and America. Then it's gonna be the rest of the armies of the earth. All these strong armies in the earth gonna be gathered in that where it is. The Levant, as the apostles break it down, they already feel, they have idea where that's gonna take place. It's gonna be the Levant in the Middle East. What? Right there, that war gonna happen, and then the Son of Man gonna come and meet them warring. And then, as it say, what? They're gonna leave that war and go to fight him. Verses 34.
All of them gonna join together to fight him.
Verses 34. And an innumerable multitude shall be gathered together as thou sawest them, willing to come and to overcome him by fighting. But what? How it is we ultimately know that Esau can't win this war, and that the Lord cannot be stopped. Well, because the words was already written. Isaiah 55 from verses 6 to 11 tell you about the power of the Lord word. When he says something,
it's gonna happen. I have a piece for that one too.
Well, I don't get to that point. I have our next one coming in my head too. Yeah. Well, but here we say here, because the story is already written in it.
That's right.
But he shall stand up upon the top of Mount Zion, Revelation 14. And Zion shall come and shall be shewed to all men, being prepared and builded, like as thou sawest a hill graven without hands. And this my son shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts, and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor. By the law and righteousness that he judge and make war. What is righteous? We know what the law is, just and is good. Paul said, which is like unto fire. Is not my word fire? Go ahead.
Revelation 17 and 14. Like, remember, all of them going to join in hand and to fight against him, and the thing they're going to win. Right? But here it says here, Revelation 17 and 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them, for he is Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called chosen and faithful.
So what? The result and the culmination of this whole battle was already written. So what? The end and the outcome is inevitable. It cannot be stopped. As some here say. Isaiah 14, and I'm going to read from verses. Let me see here. Right, I'll read from verses 24. As Yahweh of hosts had sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass, and as I have purposed, so shall it stand. Jumping on to verses 26. This is the purpose that is purposed upon the whole earth, and this is the hand that is stretched out upon all the nations. For Yahweh of hosts had purposed, and who shall disannul it? And his hand is stretched out, and who shall turn it back?
That's right.
If the Lord says something gonna happen, it's gonna happen, and there's not a man on the earth that can say or do anything about it. Right?
Proverbs 19 and 21, it says, there are many devices in a man's heart, nevertheless the counsel of the Lord that shall stand.
Ooh. So what if the Lord say this is what I have, and this is what I planning, and this is what I want done? Who could stop it? And what we know, in the same stead that the Father coming in, and is in the same stead the Son, right? Because what? That is what? Hebrews 11 and 7. I have behold, it is written of me to do thy will. And then what? Psalms 40 and 7. I delight to do thy will, O Father. Well, Ezekiel 9, and I'm gonna read verses. I'll read from verses 10. And also me also, mine eye shall not spare, neither will I have pity, but I will recompense their way upon their head. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which when you read Ezekiel 9, that man clothed with linen with the writer's ink on is Yahushua. That writer's ink on is a writing kit. In the read Revelation, it talks about what the Lamb have in a book of life. We just do it a book and a pen. Right. This is what Ezekiel 9 and 11 says. And behold, the man clothed with linen, which had the ink on by his side, reported the matter, saying, I have done as thou hast commanded me. And where's the commandment? Again, we read in it, 2 verse 13, Revelation 19, is to destroy the nations that dwell upon the earth. Take down the armies and what? Bring my kingdom into dominion.
And so like I must say as well, because if the scriptures say these things, because these men coming with these, who's these men from Genesis coming and saying these nations could be saved and all kind of nonsense, and Esau, Edom and them could be saved. If them could be saved, who the scriptures talking about when it says Isaiah 34, when it says come near, hearken, come near, nations.
Yeah. And so I could guess it.
Come.
This one.
31 and 34 and 1 and 2.
Okay, let me get it real quick. Right, there Isaiah 30. Oh, yep. The heading here, the indignation of the Lord. Come, there Isaiah 34 from 1. Come near ye nations to hear, and hearken ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, the world and all things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahweh is upon all nations, and his fury upon all their armies. He had utterly destroyed them. He had delivered them to the slaughter.
So that's why. So when the scriptures say these kind of things, who is it talking about? If these nations could be saved?
That's a good question. Who is going to be destroyed in the last days?
That's what I'm saying. And when the scriptures in Ezekiel and all, Ezekiel 14:25, or it's 25:14, when he says he will lay his vengeance by his people,
of his and people Israel. Yep.
Upon Edom. Right. So if these scriptures say these things, Obadiah 1:15, Ezekiel 30:3, right? If these scriptures say these things about these heathens gonna go into captivity, destroyed, and these different things, how them could be saved?
I hear they as well, because what? How else is the Lord gonna come? Because not only his son gonna come to destroy these people as well, you know. But a lot of instruments the Lord have. We talk about Jeremiah 50:25, what the weapons of the Lord indignation. It also have a precept. I can't remember where book it comes from, but it talk about the Lord had opened his armory. So the Lord have a lot of weapons.
Isaiah. I think it's 59, I'm not sure.
I think it's 54. I think it's 54. But no, the Lord have an arsenal of weapons. And that comprises a lot of things actually. It's how his son, he's a weapon. It's how people, as the brother say, lay his vengeance upon Edom by the hand of his people Israel. We talk about the Jeremiah 16, they're gonna go from fishers to hunters. But what else he have? He had the chariots that coming as well. He had the nuclear missiles that coming, and what? He had the angels. How is it you're gonna stop the Lord and he has so much weapons coming to you? Because what? As we speak about the missiles, right? Because I had Joel 2 lying up there. But I want to read before that, right? They second is just 11 and verses 29. Hear thou, and I shall tell thee what the Most I had to say to thee. Art thou not it that remainest of the 4 beasts whom I gave power to rule in my world? Now when you read this in the hard copy apocrypha, I could read different. I don't know why the translation so different with Ezra in this Bible. That I gave power to rule in my world, that through them come the end of its time. Now, I ain't like how it read there, because when you read it in the hard copy apocrypha, it says what the end of their times might come through them. I could read it. Art not thou it that remainest of the 4 beasts whom I made to reign in my world, that the end of their times might come through them? So what? The end of your time is coming through you. What does that mean? Well, the weapons that you have created of mass destruction to destroy whoever you feel coming back, and wherever you think them nukes gonna be able to do, actually gonna come and fall upon your own head.
So like remember I say in Revelation 6 as well. I think it's 6 and could be 4 or probably 5 when it says, it gave the white horse, that's Yahushua, and then the red horse.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
And when it said power was given unto him along that lines.
To take peace from the
To
earth,
take
right?
peace from the earth.
Right, and I think it's death and hell followed him or something
And
like
when
that.
you go quite back to Genesis in the beginning,
Right.
right?
Mhm.
Get the blessing
Mm-hmm.
from his father. Who that was? Isaac?
Isaac, right? Blessing of the sword, right?
Blessing of the sword.
Listen, I'll read that real quick for you as well. Verse Revelation 6 and verse 4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat there to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword.
And we see them killing one another.
Mhm.
There's nations warring against nations. Now it says in Matthew as well, Matthew 24.
6. Then the disciples asked him, what shall be the end of the world, the sign of thy coming, right? And he said, what? Matthew 24:6. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, but the end is not yet, because the war had a brew, things had a build, and then at the high point of the war, when missiles are shot against Babylon, that is when the Lord gonna crack the sky. So the wars is just the starting. You still have to see the results of the war, the famine, not just the bread, but the famine of the word. You have to see the persecution of the prophets. There are a lot of things that come as a result of the wars. So what the beginning of the wars is not the end of the time on it, but it's definitely a sign that the Son of Man is near. And we could see that today. What right now, just in this little island here, Trinidad, right off the coast of Trinidad, and I can't remember at what point you could stand up from Trinidad and see Venezuela, but what right off the coast of Trinidad, that island Venezuela, right now Babylon, as we speak, warring against them. So what? Wars and rumors of wars, and
nation shall rise against nation, kingdom against kingdom.
And what? This very war that is starting in this little island here, that gonna start World War III, you know, if you really peep game, because just now the other nations who have to defend Venezuela, Ezekiel today talk about what be our guard unto them. We're speaking about the Bay, and you know that dealing with Russia. Let America play mad, but Russia gonna run in just now, and what? You're gonna see the start of the end of the world. It's upon us. It is upon us. It's
That's right.
Joel 2, right? Because you can't stop this. You cannot. Joel 2 and verses. I'll read from verses 1. Head in here, the dark day of Yahweh. Blow ye the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in mine holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of Yahweh cometh, for it is nigh at hand. A day of darkness and of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and a strong, there had not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. A fire devoured before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as a garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Yea, and nothing shall escape them. What is this speaking about? This is speaking about the nuclear missiles. Right? This whole chapter, well, not the whole chapter, but from verses 1 to verses 11, it's speaking about what? The nuclear missiles. Now, why is that important? Because when you read 2 Ezra 16, it says what? I'll read from verses 8. I'll read from verses 7. May one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer. What is these arrows speaking about? Well, verses 3 says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back?
And so like, when you read that one, right, when you had to go back, because it's read the Revelation 6. I think it's 6 and 2. And then it's go to that one to back it up.
Yeah, because I wish I have a bow. The arrows is what? The arrows is the missiles, right?
Done. That's right.
Going down to verses 8. The mighty Lord sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away? Which is what? The plagues is what? Zechariah 14:12, right?
That's right.
A fire shall go forth from his wrath, and who is he that may quench it? He shall cast lightnings, and who shall not fear? He shall thunder, and who shall not be afraid? The Lord shall threaten, And who shall not be afraid? So it is written that every man is going to be afraid, right? And we see that because when we now read the 2 Ezra 13, they were so afraid, yet durst fight. So what? Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Yeah. Verses 11, the Lord shall threaten, and who shall not be utterly beaten to powder at his presence. The earthquake.
That's 2 Ezra what, 11?
No, 16, verse 11.
Yeah.
The earth quaketh, and the foundations thereof. The sea ariseth up with the waves from the deep, and the waves of it are troubled, and the fishes thereof also, before Yahweh and before the glory of his power. For strong is his right hand, Yahushai, that bended the bow, and it had to be Yahushai, because we know he have a bow. Revelation 6 speak about it. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp, and shall not miss. So what again? The unstoppable power of the Lord. You're not going to miss the target. You cannot stop the Lord. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again. Salak, I read back verse 13. For strong is his right hand that bendeth the bow. His arrows that he shooteth are sharp and shall not miss, when they begin to be shot into the ends of the world. Behold, the plagues are sent and shall not return again, until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled and shall not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth. Like an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again. So what? The Lord cannot be stopped, and the missiles is a perfect indication of that. Go ahead.
That precept going back to where they say they're gonna, what do they say, tremble at his presence. Sirach, Ecclesiasticus chapter 16 and verse 19 says, the mountains also and the foundation of the earth shall be shaken with trembling when the Lord looketh upon them.
Think you could stop that? Can't stop that. They Joel. So like, you have something?
No, you go ahead.
They Joel 3 and verses, let me see here, because I'm not getting precept. Yep, Joel 3 and verses 11. Assemble yourselves and come all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither. Cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about thee. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for the wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Yahweh is near in the valley of decision. Now what? Point on and extrapolate from this as well. Verses 11 says, cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh. Mighty ones speaking about what? The angels. Bless ye Yahweh. Yep. Bless ye Yahweh, ye his angels that excel in strength. So we know the mighty ones are the Lord as the angels. And then what? He says, cause them to come down. And it says in Revelation that Yahweh is returning with the whole host of heaven. So come on.
Yeah.
When and we understand the power and might of these angels, you'll read about that in 1 Chronicles chapter 21. It spoke about how one angel was able to kill 70,000 men. And not just any men in it. The men of Israel killed. And what? We know the men of Israel is mighty men. Every last one of them, because what? The Philistines would I make mention of that. 1 Samuel 4 and 8 talk about what the cry of these mighty gods. So the Philistines called the children of Israel gods, and an angel was able to kill 70,000 gods. So come on, when he come back with one angel killing 70,000, he coming back with, we don't even know, because they say the host of the Lord is an innumerable multitude. Do the maths.
And Salak must say as well, Psalms, remember it's saying Psalm 68, 17, behold, how it go?
Again, say the word.
Yeah, real quick.
Yeah. Or even thousands of angels? Right, let me get that real quick.
With the chariots.
Yeah. Psalm 68 and verses 17, the chariots of Yahweh are 20,000, even thousands of angels. Yahweh is among them as in Sinai in the holy place.
And days where the Lord is come back with the chariots and with the angels as well.
And with the chariots is angels, as it said. You can say even thousands of angels. The chariots are angels as well. I can't remember which one in the apostles will I break that down, how the chariots is like living organisms as well. So what the chariots is angels, and what Isaiah 66 talk about
because
what?
Salak, you went?
Isaiah 66 talk about what? He coming back to render his rebuke with flames of fire. What can cause our flames of fire? Well, the chariots. Go ahead.
Remember it says, remember these chariots and all, they do even, an angel don't even need to be in them. Chariots could just be going without an angel in them. Them could just...
So you and even Esau speak about it. The chariots and the technology that inside them chariots were light years ahead of anything we able to even conceive on this earth. So if a chariot come here, it have nothing you could do to stop it. What about when the 20,000 come? What you gonna do?
And plus these chariots and all, and remember them gonna be seeing them, but these chariots and all, first the Lord could even take it to a extreme. The Lord could just come invisible and you ain't even seeing him. Because these chariots could disappear and come back.
But we know you're going to see because what every eye shall see.
Someone and see him.
So what? You're going to cry, so in them last days when you see the Lord and see him come with his power and his might, you're going to cry. And the Lord going to make sure that.
And that what he says in Revelation 6 as well. Right? He tell the mountains and the rocks to fall on us, hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb.
Why you wanna die? Why you wanna die? So and the inward thought is that your house should continue forever. So why when the sun appear, you wanna die? Is it because you can't fuck you up?
And then it says in the last part, for the day of the Lord. How it go? The day of the Lord, and who shall be able to stand?
Oh. Where is that, boy?
That's the last verse 17.
Where in Revelation 6?
In the same Revelation 6.
Let me get that here. Yeah, Revelation 6. Oh, yep. I'll read from verses 16.
Done.
I'll read from 15.
15.
Revelation 6 and 15. And the kings of the earth, so the rulers, the men in the power seat, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? They talk about as well. Our precept talk about the day of the Lord and say who can abide in it. They're not going to be able to survive in
that's the same thing I can read here.
Go ahead.
In Joel 2, this is on verse 11. Joel 2 and 11, it says, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, the angels, for his camp is very great. For he is strong that executeth his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
Oh, come on. And what? Before this army again, these mighty angels, they're very mighty. The second is just, they Sirach 39 and from verses 28, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they poured their wrath and appeased the wrath of him that, poured their force and appeased the wrath of him that made them. Fire and hail, famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts and scorpions, serpents and a sword punishing the wicked to destruction. For they shall rejoice in his commandment, and they shall be ready upon earth when need is, and when their time is come, they shall not transgress his word. If you could read back that last precept you read it.
Joel 2 and 11 says, and the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great, for he is strong that executed his word. For the day of the Lord is great and very terrible, and who can abide it?
For he is strong that executed his word. These angels do not transgress the word of the Most High. Our precept, I believe, like 2 Esdras 8, or I believe Wisdom of Solomon 8 talk about that as well. when it talk about the throne of his everlastingness. Listen, I'll see if I can get that, but you can get it wherever you are there.
I was just gonna make that point that I was in Hebrews 1 and 4 as well. I think it says those subject. Let me just read that real quick. Hebrews, where are you? Where are you? Wait for a second. Right, Hebrews 1 and 4, it says, yeah, being made so much better than the angels, as he had by inheritance obtained a more excellent name than they,
Right.
unto which of the angels that's no select. You can go ahead if you find yours.
Yeah, I get mine.
Yeah.
There I'm 2 just 8 and reading from verses 20. O Yahweh, thou that dwellest in everlastingness, which beholdest from above things in the heaven and in the air, whose throne is inestimable, whose glory may not be comprehended, before whom the hosts of angels. So when you read the precepts and you see how it have a saying Yahweh of hosts, when you go into that word hosts, I believe it goes into the Hebrew word Tazabah, which goes into what the army of angels in heaven. And then it talk about it have a precept called the Lord of Sabaoth, which is what the Lord of Heaven's armies, whose service is conversant in wind and fire. Again, we are now reading 2 just 39 from verses 28 to 31, talking about how they serve the Lord, famine and death, fire and hail, all these things, whose word is true and sayings constant, whose commandment is strong and ordinance fearful, whose look drieth up the depths and indignation make the mountains to melt away, which the truth witnesseth. But what? Point here in verses 21, whom the hosts of angels stand with trembling. So the angels, an angel could kill 70,000 men, an angel who make volcanoes erupt and make earthquakes happen and send death, destruction, who have control over the minds of the kings of the earth to shoot missiles and that one. What? Because what? It even have the story where it does give where no scientist or nobody in the lab was touching any of the controls, but somehow a control in the lab caused a nuclear missile to aim at Babylon. And what? The countdown did start and then it just disabled. Who do that? An angel. So what? Look at the power and might of these beings, and them fear the Lord.
And I have a precept for you to close off with here.
Yeah, go ahead.
The same Revelation 19. Revelation 19 and outside at 12. Right? It says his eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns, and he had a name written that no man knew but he himself, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. His name is called the Word of Yahweh, and his armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. And them will be traveling in chariots, because where it says white is purity, horse represents power. And remember it says in Isaiah 63 and 1, traveling in the greatness of his strength. Mighty, right? Right? Verse 15 says, out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, a sharp sword, that with it he should smite the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty Yahweh, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So, well.
Yeah, and how was it that he was able to have that title, like King of Kings, Lord of Lords? If you could read Revelation 11 and 15, it tell you.
Yeah. Revelation 11 and 15, it says, and the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, the kingdom of this world are become the kingdom of our Lord and of his Hamashiach, and he shall reign forever and ever.
So what? The kingdoms of this world have become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever. And come on, man.
And
Oh, you can't stop it because the story already written.
it's
like,
written, right? He just playing out his part, and he didn't even know that, right? But and remember, it says as well, I was gonna bring that point. It says in same 1 Corinthians 15, right? He went forth conquering and to conquer. So he has done already conquering. So that means he was getting crowns already.
Yes, he picked up all the crowns that he ate, and by the time he was done, he was the only king left.
Last he's gonna conquer is Esau. That it says in the same 1 Corinthians 15. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
And what Habakkuk talk about, what the man who's coming is, the man who's as death and as hell and cannot be satisfied. So what? The Lord coming to destroy this place, and it have nobody who gonna stop him. Well, we know all things obey his will, and his will is to bring what? And which is the Our Father prayer. Let thy will be done in earth as it is in heaven. And what? Job 25:2. Dominion and fear with him, and he maketh peace in his high places. So wherever the Lord have rolling up there, in them settings in Ishamayim, is where he want going down here.
And then it says in 2 Peter 3:10, right? We hasten to the coming of the day of the Lord. Then it says, the elements shall melt with fervor until the day of the Lord is go come as a thief in the night. Then it says, in the last, that was 14, which say, you will, no, not will.
Listen, I'll get it quick here.
Can.
We'll see here, 2 Peter 3 and verses
14.
Yep. Where, just eh? No, 13. Nevertheless, we according right. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, he promises that these things are gonna happen. Look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness.
So that what we looking forward to. Okay, remember it says in Isaiah 65:17, behold, he create a new heavens and a new earth. Right? Because this earth polluted, right? And then this heaven, right, who ruling over us, the Lord set up this king here in the earth, which is Esau Edom, who ruling over us. He doing wickedness. Right? Now it says in 2 15 and 8 as well. Right? You innocent and righteous blood, cry it unto him.
So the Lord cannot be stopped, Esau. You know that, but your head shaking. Even though you know it, you're still gonna try to stop him, man. What I'm showing you, I'm showing you even more that the Lord can't be stopped, because you know he can't be stopped, and you're still gonna try to stop him. More causing that angels.
And the Lord put a spirit upon him, that delusional spirit, because I read about that in 2 Thessalonians, I think, where it says it's all deceivableness
of unrighteousness. Working, I think it's working iniquity in them that perish. Right, but what? Even to think about it, how it is that even though they know they can't stop him, and there's so afraid yet there's fight. Wait, is Job 13 talk about what? Seal it, their instruction in a dream, in a vision at night.
Job 3 and 15, I think.
So come on, wherever you're gonna do, you was set to do, and what you're set to do is not be able to stop the Lord. So what? The Lord cannot be stopped. So
go ahead. Alright, so with that we're gonna give all praises, all honor and all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, right? And double honors to our elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and Shalom to all the brothers on the four corners of the earth that teaching this good gospel with sincerity and all truth. There's the brother,
Mashallah.
And the brother Yoramia here sign out saying Shalom to the elect, and Shalom Lava Karim, and that is wicked place. Shalom.